Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today on the Ridge we are tying it all together. That's right, we've been working on our off-grid solar project for some time now, and today's the day we're going to tie it all together. What do I mean by tying it all together? Well, let me show you. What I've got here is two 8-foot copper-clad ground rods. That's right. We've already got one on each of the far back columns of our solar array. We got to get one on either side of our power shed. That's right, the 200 amp service. Going to have two copper ground rods. Now we're going to run bare number 6 gauge copper ground wire to each of these, right? We're going to tie them all together. That's right. But wait, there's more. Let me show you. All right, we've got our 1-inch conduit that runs through the trench here to 3 columns for 2 arrays per column. Over here we've also got the 3/4 inch conduit for a receptacle on the other side of the column there. Now I have not glued where it comes up out of the ground here. Everything in the ground is glued, but right here has not come up. I think I can go ahead and glue it and fasten it to the column there. Because I've got the LB and I can pull the wires up through there. I'm pretty confident I can. I've also, at the top of the 1-inch conduit, I've taken your suggestion, and up there, guys, I am going to put a weatherhead. That's right, we're going to put a weatherhead at the top of that, and that'll protect any water coming down, because I tell you right now, I do not want any water coming down inside those DC disconnects right there. That would be a very, very bad thing. So we come over here, we can see, first off, that is a lot of copper wire. 6 gauge, uninsulated, bare copper wire. Here's the weather heads I was talking about. And I need to drill out the bottom hole there because there's 2 cables for each of the arrays. There's 2 arrays. And also I'll drill a hole in the very center for the ground. There'll be a ground that runs through each of those. And for this copper wire where it runs up and down things, I've got some fasteners here, some self-tapping screws, and then of course a lot of straps. We got to get all this put on today. Over here on the back side of the power shed, this is where we ran our well power. We got a 3/4 inch conduit run down this trench over to our wellhead under the gazebo. Got a receptacle over there as well. And over here, I left this strap a little bit too far away. So what I've done is I painted a piece of wood, just like I did on the other side over there. I'm going to put it behind that strap because right next to it, on this side over here, is where our 2-inch or 2.5 inch conduit for our main power to the off-grid barn house is going to go. And that's just going to run straight out that way. So I'm going to put that board across there and put a strap on that. And then of course we got this big 8-foot copper-clad ground wire, or ground rod. We got to drive that into the ground. Now I'm going to leave this little area here open. I'll fill in all this over here when we get this done after I get inspection, but I'll leave this little area right here open because later on I'll have to dig that trench to the powerhouse. That's a whole separate electrical permit. This one for the well and the power shed and the solar array, that is on one by itself. So at the base of this column, I've got a ground rod, an 8-foot ground rod driven in, and also at the far column on the other end. And we'll run that 6 gauge bare conductor through the trench to this one, and then from this one through the trench over here, where we'll have to drive that ground rod into the ground right there. And you can see on this side, this is where I also did the little backing behind it. Now, that one needed 2. I'm only going to need 1 on the other side. And finally, over here on our wellhead, you can see where we ran our power or conduit to it. We've got our receptacle on the wall here. I've got to get another strap on that one. I'm missing the 1/2 inch. Woo! It is a windy day today, guys. Man, it's going to be a tough one. Because I got the little access on the left side of this LB, I should be able to pull the cables right out through the side, so I really don't need to keep this disc or uncemented. So I'm going to go ahead and I got to cement this part last. So let's go ahead and get it taken apart. Let's see, did I glue this part? Let me see. I did not glue that part either. So that that, and that. Okay, so all that's got to be glued, so let's go ahead and start here. Up inside there. Oh, don't get too much, Tim. Don't get too much. Oh, come on, Tim. Oh, I'm spilling it. That was funny. That was some funny stuff right there. I don't care who you are. All right, let's just slide it all the way in. Words are right there. Turn. All right, right there. That's good for that. Now I gotta do the coupling. Inside the coupling, a little bit on here. Turn that. That's good. Okay. Now we got to do inside of there. Not too much. There we go. Make sure I get all this right. Alrighty. Make sure everything's turned correctly. It is, and we were doing it just like this, so I got to get inside of there, outside of there. Definitely don't want leak right here because this is where the water is going to run. So, oh, I said I wanted to do that last, didn't I? Tim almost messed up. I got to do this first. I got to do this first because if I do that, then I won't have enough slack. Slack, baby, slack. All right, now get that slided up on there, and that is that. Time for column number 2. I'm gonna do it right this time. I'm not gonna spill, and I'm gonna get everything just right. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. Turn. Right there. That looks good. Coupling. A little bit. All the way around there. Don't want to get it on the plastic. There we are. Inside. Let's see. Oops, I didn't get it all the way around. I want to make sure I get it all the way around. There we go. All right, I got a little drip right there. I got a little excess right there. All right, get that off. My fingers dry there, Tim. All right, so now make sure everything's good. Now, again, I'm not going to do that one first. I'm going to do the bottom. Slide, turn. Now I can get this one. All the way around. Make sure I get it coated. All right. And there we go. Make sure I rotate it. There. Rotate. Oh, I see it's starting to. I need a piece of dirt. Push it over. There we go. Perfect. All right. Last but not least, as far as these columns go, got a little twist on things here. Oh, there we go. All right. A little bit of Monica on my side, a little bit of Tina in that day, a little bit of do. Where's it at? Oh, it's right there. Okay, that's good. All right, the coupling. There we go. Let's see that. Oh yeah, that's a little bit loose there, and it'll be all right. Get this one on next. Put that excess on there. All the way around. This one's a, let's see, make sure I get the bottom. Oh, it's dripping. Must have got it loose, huh? Okay, I'll clean that off before it dries. Don't want to leave that on there, that's for sure. All right, so let me get this here. Yeah, I gotta dry that off a little. Oh, I'm stuck in my fingers. All right, let me just take these off. They served their purpose, didn't they? All right, get this rock out of my way. Get over here. This thing's got a lot of tension on it. So let me go ahead and get it on. Twist. I'm gonna have to hold this one because it is got a little tension on it. I gotta let it set. All right, so let me hold this for a minute, and then we'll start getting the straps on everything. Back to column 1. Everything should be glued here. I'll put one there. Gotta be within 12 inches of the top, so I gotta make sure I get everything straight. Start at the bottom, I think. Alrighty. Start at the bottom. I think right there. Make sure it's level. Oh yeah, I dropped it. Tim, don't get it out of level. There we go. That one's perfect. And I guess about right there. I'll measure whenever I measure these to make sure they're all the same. I think that looks good right there. All right. Let's get her in there. Step up, step up. Nice. All right, so 5 inches on that one, 3.5. Oops, yeah, to the top of that 5. So got that right. Let's get these on now. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. Come on. There we go. That was a little tough, wasn't it? All right, this one's got to push in right there. Oh, don't move up. Don't move up. There we go. Where are we at? Perfect. Perfect. All right. I like that. Now let's get this one. All right, same thing here. Let's go this way just a little bit. Oh, straighten up, Tim. Straighten up. There we go. All right, right. Gotta get level. Right there. Perfect. 5, 3.5. Right there. Ooh, look how dirty the top of the SRT is there. Ooh, I got wasps coming in under the hood. I gotta make sure I don't have any wasp nests under there. It has those vents on there, the heat extractors. But that's pollen. Most of that's pollen on top of the SRT there. But haven't driven it very much, that's for sure. All right, let's get this lined up right where I want it. This one. Alrighty. Doing well, Tim. 2. Drop the screws. As soon as I say doing well, that's what happens. All right, let me go ahead and get this outside one first, because it's always the hardest. Ooh. All right, where'd it go? I lost the whole thing. Oh, way over there. I'll be right back. There we are. That's what I'm talking about. Perfect. I say perfect, but ain't nothing on this job actually perfect. Well, it's perfect for me because I am not a professional, but apparently I do play one on YouTube. Come on. All right, now for the weather heads. Again, I've got to cut out that hole and then make a center smaller hole for the ground on each of these. I got 3 of them. And then I've also got some little extension tubes, because it's a 1/2-inch female up there at the top of the conduit and it's 1/2-inch female here. So I'm gonna pre-glue these in. That way I don't have to glue as much on top of the ladder. So let's see. Let me get this drilled out. Just like the other one. And then a little hole in the center for the ground. Don't go too far, Tim. That's perfect. Check that out. Look at that, guys. That right there should, yeah, right there you go. That's perfect. Let me go ahead and glue while I'm here. That way it has time to, each one has a little bit of time to set. Don't get it on me, Tim. Don't get it on me. All right, push and twist. All right, so that one is done. Let's get this one. All right, now for the center ground. Love these stepper bits. Don't go too far, Tim. Just a little bit more. All right, that's a. There we go. Not too far. Okay, perfect. Glue. Get that out of the way. Don't want to drip that all over that. Glue this one. Right. Twist. Okay, actually, I'm gonna make sure the words were to the back. Actually, there's no words on that one in there. Yeah, no words. I got lucky because I didn't check on the first one. All right, the last one. Let's go ahead and just put that right there. All right, center. Perfect. All right. Now, glue the last one. Matter of fact, this should be the last gluing of this project. I think so. I think for the solar off-grid project, the solar array and the power shed, this may be the last piece glued together. Last piece glued together. Did I even go around the outside of the other ones? I don't think I did. It's all right. This is well at the top and it goes in the down direction. All right. Yep, I don't think I did because I just spilled it on that one. So this is the last one. The last one. Clean it up. Make it pretty. Yay! All right, Tim. You're an idiot. Why is Tim an idiot? I gotta glue them on up here. So that was not the last gluing. Matter of fact, that was the fourth from the last gluing. I gotta glue this one on. So the weather head's gonna go right in there, and that should just slide in once I get it glued in place. Oh my gosh, Tim. You're not that bright sometimes. Not that bright. You would think you'd be a little smarter with all the education and stuff you've had, but nope, not in the slightest. All the way down right there. Clean off the excess. Make sure it's straight. It looks straight to me. Yeah, two more. All right, Tim. Be a little less messy. A little less messy. That's the plan. Suck a little less every day. Get a little less messy. That's what I want to do. That's my goal in life. Suck a little less every day. Good buddy at work used to tell us that. That's my goal in life. Just suck less, a little less every day. All right, all the way down. Make sure it's straight. That looks straight to me. Perfect. All right, one more. Last one. This is exciting. This is exciting. Last one. And I'm perched precariously over a pit with a ladder not secured very well. So it is kind of scary. It is kind of scary. All right. Dun 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 dun. Get in there. Get in my belly. Oh yeah, all the way down. Straight. Get the excess off. That looks, oh yeah. What's the word, guys? Perfect. Now that we got the last of the conduit done, it's time start laying some copper. That's right, we got our bare, solid 6-gauge copper ground wire, and we're going to daisy chain from column number 3 here all the way to column number 1, and then from column number 1 all the way to the power shed. And then the 2 power shed rods will be connected as well, and of course the 200 amp service panel will be connected to that first rod there. So everything will be tied together, no step potential, done to code, done to specification, done to manufacturer's suggestions. I do it as best I can. Some people will never be happy. You did it wrong. You did it wrong. You're gonna blow up. Okay. I just do what I'm told. I do what I read, and I do what the state inspector says I should do. All right, I'm gonna try the hammer drill method and the impact socket on the ground. I got my ladder straddling the trench here. Hopefully I don't fall in. All right, let's see. I want to put it on, I think I'm gonna put it on this side. I think I got a lot of, yeah, I got nice room right there. Oh, upside down. It has a pointy end, people. It has a pointy end. All right, so right there. And I'm gonna get it right below it. All right, so let's see. How loud is this gonna be? I do have earplugs in. Oh, gotta go up higher. Higher. Oh, that's pretty high. All right, let's go. Let's see how fast this works. All right, it's doing pretty good. Give me a second to get down a little bit lower, and I'll be right back. That's about as far as I could go with the drill. It started getting really hard to go in, and it was overheating a little bit. So I'm just going to go with the small sledgehammer since I'm so close to this box. I definitely don't want to. Ow, that's hot. That's hot. I don't want to hit the box. So let me see here. It's going to take a while. I'll be right back. All right, that should be about right because it's just a couple inches above the top of the dirt. I need to clean this up. Then we can start running our copper over. All right, so I gotta get down to the ground rod here under column 3. And I guess technically, this is the first wire to be run, right? For the power shed. I mean, solid conductor. It's not insulated, but man, look at it however you want to look at it. But I gotta get a little trench right here. Run that cable. There we go. Get down all the way down there. Now that I got it exposed, I can start running our copper. Now, I had this second spool. This was left over from when I did the solar array, and I'm pretty sure this one's long enough to reach from this column to the first column. That way I don't have to cut into my brand new spool I showed you earlier. So let me just get a little bit of this pulled out. Again, I'm 99% sure it's going to reach just fine. So let's see. This has to bend up from the bottom. Let's go ahead and loosen up the old one. That's nice to see that it stayed tight. And everything is still nice and shiny under there. Go ahead and put this one right up next to it in the shiny part. Both of them are right together. Tighten it up. Come on, let me just tighten it up. There we go. And smush it flat. Smush it. Smush it. Because, you know, copper, that being solid copper, is very pliable. Definitely want this tight. Okay, that is super, super tight. Now, I can get this routed. All right, I'm gonna keep the angles sharp. Oh no. All right, get that angle down there. Again, I'm pretty sure it's gonna reach. Just gotta walk this down now. You like my little method here? Step and roll, step and roll. Oh, is it gonna reach? Is it gonna reach? It may be close. It may be close. Whew. It's gonna be close. Oh boy. Oh boy. No way. No way. Oh my gosh. It's exactly, I promise you guys, this was left over from the solar array. I did not cut it at all. It's exactly the length it needs to be. Thank you so much. Whoo, because copper is expensive, guys. It is expensive. All right. This one here on column 1 is on this side. I changed my mind when I first did it and ended up putting it over here. So I can get down, there it is, right there. I get a little more depth to it. Ugh. All right, got all this cleaned out, and guys, I found a problem. This, I'm glad I'm actually doing it this way, because see how loose that was? And the reason it was loose, let's see if I can get it loosened up a little more. You guys are, this is, oh my gosh. I got lucky, really, what I did. If I can get it out, come on now. Check this out, guys. There we go. Ugh. It is, let me come up closer to you. Jump over here. Look at that. That is cracked. That right there cracked and had a loose connection on the ground wire. So I got to replace that. Yeah. So, whew. Get over here. I got another one right here. Luckily, I'd bought more. And now I got to get, where am I? There. I got to clean up the copper, all this, get it all shiny, and then we can put the clamp on it. I also have my third one right here, so it goes to 3 to 1, up here to here, and then 1 over to there. So let me clean this up. All right, we got everything cleaned up. Let's see if I can get all 3 of these in there together. Around the rod, there we go. Slide down. 3 is about the limit, looks like, on one of these. Get it right at the end. There we go. Let's see, get down on there. Come on. Go a little bit lower. There we go. All right. All of them engaged fully. Get that one down a little bit. There we go. Now I can tighten. All right. Everyone should be nice and tight on there. There we go. Whew. Come on. Eee. Tight. 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 Perfect. Come over here a little closer and I'll show you what it looks like. There we go. We can see we got all 3 of them fully seated in the V of the clamp and tightened down. I didn't tighten it too tight to crack it like I did the other one apparently. I got to be a little more cognizant of that in the future. Definitely don't want my grounds coming loose. Let's get this pushed down. Let's see if I can do this the same way. Walk it out, Tim. Walk it out. Oh, yeah. Walk it out. Ugh. Ugh. I'm falling. I'm falling and I can't get up. All right. Ugh. All right. Okay. Straighten it out. All the way to the ground and right there. That should do it. Let's go ahead and cut it. Oh, it's too short. No, I'm just kidding. That should be perfect. Now we can get the ground. Okay. Slide that right over there. Again, I got it all cleaned up. Pull this down just a little bit right there. There we go. Let's get this thing tightened. And then don't break it, Tim. Don't break it. I just need to get it right in front on the, there we go. Perfect. That's got enough overlap. All right, now we can start working on the other side, get that ground rod in, and the other couple things we got to do over there. We're going to make it look really, really good today. Now, I will remind you, I've got to run a ground wire up here and into the shed as well. We've got to tie all this together. So the ground rod on the other side will be tied to this one via the interior of the 200 amp panel there. So, all right, guys, let's go on the other side. Alrighty, I'm gonna run this one in between this 3/4 inch conduit and the 2 inch is going to go up there, which will come in. So I think that way it hides it pretty well. Let's see if I can get up here. There we go. All right, guys, here we go. I think I have reached the limit of this hammer drill. It is getting hard to get in. Everything is getting hot. When the impact socket fell off and I went to pick it up, it burned my finger, and then it was I put water on it slowly. I didn't want to quench harden it. It boiled. It was crazy hot. Now check this out, guys. Look what it did. Oh, look what it did to the copper. Oh my gosh. That copper is blue. I'm gonna have to sand that down, and all right, whew, guys, I'm gonna have to get a sledgehammer and finish this up. All right, let's give this a go with the sledgehammer. I don't want to hit my conduit there, do I? Oh man, it's gonna be tough. Wow. There it goes. All right, give me a second. Let me get this a little bit lower with a sledgehammer, and we'll be right back. All righty, that is about perfect. I can bend it back under there, and gives me a room to put my 2 inch conduit right here for my main power. So, whew. Get this old strap off here. Alrighty. And I made up this piece of wood. I'll slide it right in there. Fits perfectly. I need to make sure I get it level. Let's see, right there, looks level. Get a screw, drop that. Get a screw on here. One right there. Alrighty. Another one on this end. Again, keep it level, Tim. Oops, dropped it again. Alright, right there. Woo, drove that in a little too far, didn't I? I'm gonna paint the holes there. I'm gonna get one right in the middle. One right in the middle. Right there. How many times you gonna drop it? Every time, Tim, every time. Now actually, I got this little thing right here. We'll see if it slides over. Oh, it does. I didn't think it would slide over. It's a screw holder. Check this, it's a cobalt screw holder. Works pretty good. I like that. I'll paint this again once I get it done. Let's go ahead and get this strap put back on here. Make sure I get that right in the center. Right there. Is that good? Actually, it's upside down. I like the words to be I know Tim's a little bit funny like that. But alrighty. Alright. I'm gonna use this screw thing again. I kinda like that. First time I've used it. I like it. All right, now we got room for the big power 2 inch right here. All right, last but not least, well, pretty least, let's get the strap on here. I think it's gonna go right above that one. So that should do good. Get this right in the hole there. Right there. All right, this side. Alrighty, looks good. All right, that is nice and secure. Last job for the day, but hey guys, let's go ahead and do a walk around and see what all we've done today and talk about what's coming up next. Ooh, that was a good days of work here on the ridge. Guys, we are ready. We are ready to start running insulated copper wires. We got tons to do on the inside of the power shed. Of course, we've also got lots of solar panels to wire up there and then get them wired to our new weather heads up there, right? That's right. We got everything fastened all the way down. We even got our ground rod and fixed a broken one, which was good. Definitely happy I got that fixed. Everything's fastened down. I would have liked to have had this conduit come out a little further and match this one. I am about 3/4 of an inch off or so. Basically, whenever I slid these together, everything went a little bit closer than I thought it was going to. So I'm about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch off right there. That's just me, guys. That's just me. But it'll be okay. It'll be okay. We got our 3 grounds connected there. Got everything fastened right here. Of course, we got our weather head up there. Looks really good. Of course, got the middle one too. And then looking at the grounds all the way around, let me jump over here. Boom. We can see they got that one driven in. We'll have to connect the shed to it, of course. We'll come around behind here. We can see we got that one driven in the ground. I painted the backer board there. And the one on the other side actually had a lot of black from driving it in. I painted that one too. Painted the screws, so everything looks good. Got it fastened right there. And then down that trench, let's go down here and see the final product. Here we go. We got this fastened in right there. All that looks really good. So it's time, guys. Time to go inside. Speaking of inside, we are inside the power shed. Most of you have been following RidgeLife, have been watching the development of all this. We got batteries, inverters, 200 amp panel. We got to get it all wired up. That's right. While we're working in here, I got an EG4 mini split to keep me nice and cool. Of course, we still got the solar array wires to bring in here, and we also got the well from outside. Lots of fun things to do here on the ridge. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. It's always 100% free. Hit that notification bell right down there to be notified anytime a new video comes out. And if you got any hypes on your mobile device, I'd appreciate you hit it for me. So guys, until next time, I hope everyone has a blessed day. Go RidgeLife.